You want more freedom in your personal life? You want a greater return on effort? You have to do one thing. You have to deliver one process. Is the opposite of the restaurant business where you've got a menu of services. If you've got a menu of services, it is killing your personal life and your business via complexity and confusion. Long time ago, well, relatively long time ago, I was running the marketing agency, and business model was awful. We had a menu of services, but we discovered that the content strategy we were doing was really the most valuable thing. It was a strategy service. It was a time for dollars business model. Yes, it was a one-to-one business model, but it was delivering something strategic in that when we deliver it, it has lasting value as a plan, as a strategy, as a document that has collective knowledge. People were purchasing access to a lifetime of knowledge. They weren't paying us to go figure out their business. They were just paying us to apply it to their situation. So when I talk about this road to residual income, for some of you, it may very well be residual income. Like my dad always said, do something once, get paid forever. For others, it is a mindset, a dedication to, all right, I'm going to identify my craft, my thing. And when I do that, based on my audience, based on what I love to do and my need to experiment, I will deliver it in some different ways. And my story started with delivering it as a high ticket strategy service. I then quickly brought 10 companies into a room and realized that I could facilitate that well-documented process to up to 10 people. It certainly took some hands-on massaging. These are still business owners I was working with, so they weren't they weren't keen on watching videos and doing it themselves. And then finally, I took that same process and convinced people that were a little earlier on in their business that they could license that process from me and use it to run their own business. And for that, I would get paid a percentage of the money that they were making. But so regardless of your vision for where you want to go, whether you're delivering value one-to-one in a high-ticket, low-volume strategic service, whether you end up putting your clients together in facilitated groups, that's the mastermind model that you see everywhere, or whether you end up licensing that intellectual property and making passive income off of the intellectual property. Regardless, it is critical that you do the same process for the same type of organization, or I should say, the more similar your target customer, the more similar the clientele, the easier it will be to have a singular process. Now, as you go up in business models, should you choose to go up the ladder and pursue a more scalable income streams, just know that the level of documentation, the level of process documentation escalates with scalability. If you do not have process documentation, you will scale your problems. The administrative burden of delivering that business model will supersede the surface level revenue model benefits. And so it's part of the reason I never recommend people go from a one-to-one strategy service to launching a course or a licensed business model that's designed for 100, 1,000 customers. You must first have some sort of middle ground in a facilitated process, which is a hybrid. You've got some one-to-one experiences, you've got some group experiences, and you're starting to build some of that scalable content to complement those experiences. So my recommendation, if you are going forward, is one-to-one, master that, stay there until you've really found your price plateau. Raise the prices, find that ideal customer, and be patient in that strategy service model. 1 to 10 facilitated process. And if you want to help hundreds of companies at a time, that's great. Yeah, that's your licensed business model. So at the end of the day, everything that we do in the productized series is about your one singular service process, whereby everything else represents an opportunity cost, because there are people out there that ought to be getting exactly what you do that is most valuable. It's tough. It's psychologically tough, but that's what makes it fun. Cheers. See you out there.